When sorrows come, they come not in single spies, but in battalions. That's Shakespeare. Welcome back to Catch Up Online. First things first, Happy New Year's. I hope your new year is starting off on a good note, and hopefully it's going to stay that way throughout the whole year, and hopefully you accomplish so many new things, because let me tell you, on my roster there's a whole bunch of things that I'm going to be ticking off because I'm going to be accomplishing them. Manifestations in progress. Why is Gen Z always sad and constantly talk about how depressed and mentally ill they are? Maybe it's because they don't have a third place.
A what?
Third places. What are they and why are they so important? Well, the Oxford Dictionary describes a third place as an area such as a cafe, library, or a sports facility. It is neither your home nor your workplace. It is a public area where you come to relax. So your home is your first place, your work or your school is your second place. And that time you told your parents that you were going out to have a sleepover at Jenny's house, but in reality you went drinking at the park. That's your third place.
Yay, a sleepover!
This beautiful doctor, a postdoctoral scholar at the Population Research Institute of the Pennsylvania State University, studies the relationship between the built environment, aka your third place, and the psychological well-being.
Behavioral scientist.
And in their research, they have determined that one of the most important features of a third place is the social contact, either direct or indirect.
What do I do? Talk.
Due to the pandemic, this was lost. People lost their second place, which is their workplace, and they also lost their third place. They lost all contact with the world, which heightened psychological and mental distress.
Such distress.
Third places play a key role in our lives, and it was beautifully described by this TikToker.
Our generation is so depressed because we don't have a third place. In our parents' generation and almost every generation before that, there were three places: work, home, and social gatherings. If you had a shitty day at work, you could look forward to going to the pub after work with your friends. Or if you get into an argument with your wife, you could go to the golf course and hang out with your buddies. Or if you're feeling lonely on a random Tuesday, you can look forward to your darts or pool league after work. Every single generation before ours had this third place of gathering besides us. The sense of community and belongingness that people used to have at this third place, like it or not, made it a lot harder to be depressed. Nowadays, most people do not have three places, they have two and sometimes even one. Either work and home, or sometimes just home because people work from home. That sense of community, the sense of belongingness, the social gatherings that people used to rely on a daily basis are completely gone from our generation.
I agree with him. Somebody commented, my phone is my third place. Same girl, same. Someone else commented, bro just discovered hobbies. Someone else commented, we have no money. Same girl. I have butterflies in my wallet, and every time I open it, I'm like, damn, there's a new ecosystem living in here.
Nature's most fecund ecosystem.
But, on a real note, I agree with what this guy is saying. Humans need social contact with other humans. Yes, being on your phone is fine, but whenever it consumes you to the point where you're not experiencing real life, then it's not fine. You need a third place, and that third place cannot be your phone. Because whenever people say that, oh, I am socially awkward, it's because you haven't built those communication skills that you could have built by talking to people in public. When you talk to people on your phone, it's not the same. It's not the same. Whenever you talk to people in public, yes, it's nerve-wracking, but it builds that communication skill that you need to have to talk in public.
Duh.
Another issue that was brought up is that people don't have money. Going to the park doesn't cost you a penny. Going for a walk with your friend doesn't cost you anything. Going to a forest, if you have forest near you, doesn't cost you, or a desert, anywhere. Going somewhere in nature doesn't cost you a penny. And worst case scenario, I'm pretty sure everyone has played Water Girl and Fireboy. Take your phone, take your laptop, and start playing that with your friend. That could be your third place. A gaming site, yes, it's still being on your phone, but if you're with your friend playing it, I think it's so much better than being in two separate households, communicating through your phone, not being in physical contact with another person.
Friendly physical contact and flattery.
Have you ever listened to sad music and became sad? Well, we currently live in a generation or in a world where sad music rules. There's every second or third song on the radio is something about breakups or trust issues or how you were mistreated or how the world is just horrible.
Yes, the world is horrible.
It sells. People can relate. Every single person that belongs to the Gen Z generation have experienced some sort of trauma in their lives. And because of this, trauma is now a cash cow. People love reliving being in that constant loop of suffering. And why would you do anything else than put on some sad music and cry to it all day? There was a study that was done that showed that out of 1,600 people, 17% of people who listen to sad music experience some sort of depressive moods afterwards. Men tend to experience this on a bigger level. Whenever they listen to angry music, they become very angry or agitated. Or whenever they listen to sad music, they get very anxious and sad. I went into Reddit to see if there's any anecdotes from people, and this is what I found. Someone said, I love listening to sad music. I love the melodies that are so satisfying they give me goosebumps, and the incredible lyricism that makes me feel and cry. After a good cry, I become relaxed and soothed. But I think I'm setting myself up for a depressive feedback loop. I've been trying lately not to listen to them in my playlist, but sometimes my ears just want to listen to them. And when that happens, I just can't stand any other kind of music. So I just go through that process of listening to the music, thinking and crying again and again. I feel like this is such an INFP thing. Anybody else experiencing this? What I think this person is experiencing is addiction to sadness.
I'm addicted.
And that is scientifically possible. You can be addicted to being sad. Every time you cry, your body releases oxytocin. And this is a feel-good chemical. It makes you feel good.
Mom, seriously? The oxytocins are a natural pain reliever.
So imagine, anytime you feel sad or depressed or bad, you cry and you feel better. Why? Because your body releases oxytocin. So why not keep making your body release oxytocin?
Good idea.
Dark Celebrity Moore said, I'm listening to music that's emotional. If it's happy, I'm happy. If it's sad, I'm sad. If it's Eminem, I'm confused. Yes. To the first part, yes. And to the last part, 100%. When I listen to Eminem, I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm feeling angry or if I'm feeling sad or grateful. My brain is just on a loop of emotions that cannot be pinpointed.
I don't know what I feel.
Someone else said, I don't love listening to sad music, but when I do, I feel depressed, which proves the sad song theory. In a world where sad music is at the top of the charts and we're constantly hearing it, how can we not feel sad?
It's impossible. Completely impossible.
Some honorable mentions that are probably also making Gen Z depressed is the fact that Gen Z is probably one of the most dehydrated generations ever to live. As well as the most inactive and also the most junk food eating monster generation.
The fast food.
If Gen Z started eating healthy, drinking lots of water, exercising, and probably doing things that make them happy, I don't think, additionally to all the things that's happening in the world, it would be hard for Gen Z to be depressed.
Is that all?
But is Gen Z depressed? Yes.
Obviously.
Gen Z are living in a world like no other. Gen Z is living in the tech world. There's obstacles that they have to face and fight battles that other generations never experience.
Nobody can live without the internet.
Gen Z is seeing the world through a different lens, and it's also taking all of its hits.
Almighty, taking hit after hit after hit.
So my advice to you is get yourself a friend, play Water Girl and Fire Boy, go to a park, and delete all the sad music off your playlist.